Good evening and welcome to the AccendoTraders group. This is our video trade plan for Friday, April 4th, 2008. AccendoTraders.com, effective trade plans delivered daily. In tonight's trade plan, we're going to review our watch list, set stops and alerts on our watch list from last night. We're going to check out economic news, earnings, and upgrades and downgrades, both for what happened today and see what's going to come on our calendar for tomorrow. Check our indexes to check for trends, check to see what's going on that may adjust both our watch list and scanning for new trades. And we'll set alerts for those new stocks that we find, and we're going to make sure that we have a life. So let's start off by talking about some of the market news for today. And on economic calendar, we had the CEO of Merrill Lynch, John Thane, come out and say that the company has no plans of raising capital. So again, coming out and saying that there's not a big liquidity concern for some of the brokerages. So that certainly helped the market move up today. Unemployment the claims for unemployment did rise unexpectedly. The ISM surfaces top expectations. However, there still is an indication of contraction. And the Fed chairman and others testified before Congress regarding J.P. Morgan and the Bear Stearns deal. And the important thing about that is that we really didn't have that much news today, or the news was muted. Certainly, the unemployment claims on another day might have done worse. Certainly, the market opened lower, and then John Thane's comments came out that kind of helped push the market higher. And there was no bombs, there was no landmines that were dropped out of the Fed chairman testimony the day before Congress. On the earnings calendar, nothing really significant for today. On the upgrades, we had MRO, which is interesting because oil has been a little bit all over the place of late. And on the downgrade side, we have CHK, that's a stock we like to watch, Cisco, and another downgrade on VMW. I think this week it's been upgraded and downgraded. It's all over the place, which should give you the indication of how valid these upgrades and downgrades really are. But it's important for you to know what stocks have been upgraded and downgraded and how that's going to affect your trade. Tomorrow is the big daddy. We've got non-farm payroll jobs, unemployment, hourly earnings, and average work week. But it all comes down to the non-farm payroll. How many jobs have been created or lost? Expect to be weak, but let's see how weak it is. Maybe not. On the earnings calendar tomorrow, we have MOS, agriculture stock before the market open tomorrow. And on a split calendar, we're still watching CLF for a 2-for-1 payable on May 15th. That's was announced last month. All right, so now that we have an idea of what could possibly move the market as far as news, let's go ahead and look at our watch list from last night. Take a look at our watch list from last night. And we can see that we've got a nice classic rising 3 pattern here on the NASDAQ. Very nice. Volume's okay. Dow Jones, basically the same thing. A little bit weaker because the volume's going down. And we did actually go down. And the S&P 500, a little bit of the same thing also. Volume's going down. Rising 3 pattern, bounced off to 5. So overall, still feeling bullish. Consolidation on lighter volume is bullish. So that's certainly good. The Apple and the RIM really probably is what kept the Nasdaq looking a little bit stronger than the rest of the market. So with that being said, for our watch list, we have Apple. And, Apple has just been, in a nice uptrend. And remember what we said. If Apple touches the 5, buy. And Apple gapped down a little bit, touched the 5, and rallied. So certainly it would be aggressive to get in tomorrow. You can see that it's sitting at the 200, running into the 100. So you might put an alert above these moving averages just to see what's going on. But safe move is to let it retrace back to the 5. Gold, very nice. AEM is making a move. I still think the safe entry is putting alert right around $70, but potentially gold is going to make that move, keeping it flagged. APA, I mean, you can't complain because it is going up, but I just don't like these wicks up on top. But because it's going up, still going to keep it flagged. We'll see what happens. Google, you remember what we said earlier this week, that if you don't get big moves on Google, it's not really worth it because it's so expensive. And so we unflagged this because it seems like it's consolidating again. We'll see. MTL, we talked about this one having $20 in between these moving averages up here, so we still got it. Let's check. I think this one's clear of any moving averages. But if we go back over here, again, you can see stochastics gave us a buy signal, MACD, RSI. This one is a little risky to get in tomorrow. Certainly needs to retrace a little bit, but put an alert above today's high just to look. Nucor, one of our past favorites, now just kind of in a consolidation mess, so we unflagged it. PCU gave us our move. Kind of the same thing going on here though. Nice stock, staying strong above the 200. Certainly needs a retracement day, so be careful on that. RTI, a little bit more of a slow mover, not exactly blowing us away. And WLT, great stock, unflagged because it needs to retrace. Definitely needs to retrace. Okay, ACI, looking good. We got a nice W pattern here. Rallied above the moving averages. Nice volume. So put an alert above today's high. See if we can get a continuation of this move. Kind of a wave 2 entry. AMX, a little concerned about the volume, but we're right here at resistance, rising 3 pattern. Shaved top, closed at the high today. So let's see if we can get a continuation move, put it above today's high. Then we got 2 stocks, some of our old favorites, because we've got consolidation going on, lighter volume, that's bullish. Rising 3 patterns, closer to the 5, so alert at today's high. ICE is the same thing. We got a consolidation day on lighter volume, rising 3 mat hold pattern, put an alert at today's high, above these tweezer tops. NOV is sitting right at the 200 moving average. Also, the 100 is coming into play here. So put an alert right around $70, $66. Let's make sure. Right around $66 to get above those 2 moving averages. NYX is one we've been watching. This one also has plenty of room to go to get to the moving averages. So what I would do is put an alert right around $70 to catch a push higher, because it does need to consolidate a little bit, but put your alert around $70. We're bringing pot back. Now, you guys know we've been talking about pot for a while, and it finally did break out of this consolidation. Volume's okay. Put an alert above today's high to potentially catch a move higher. And finally, Steel Dynamics. You see we have the ascending wedge play, so put an alert around $36 as we get closer to trying to get a breakout one way or the other. Taking a look at our honorable mention stocks, we got FedEx. Remember, it's directly related to oil, so even though we have a rising 3 candle, lower volume, pay attention to oil with that. For Solar, kind of like ICE and CLF, we got a sideways move, good volume, put a little above today's high. RIM, it's now an earnings play, so we've got good volume on this one. Alert above today's high. Again, these are honorable mention stocks. CNX, we go back to our long-standing alert at $71 for CNX. Remember, Alcoa starts earnings season next week with earnings, so that's going to affect CNX. And BNI, this is just a nice stock that you can hold on and invest versus a trading stock. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. There's our link to provide feedback, AccendoTraders.com, podcastfeedback.html. Trade at your own risk. Protect your profit. Cash is king. Talk to you later. See you on Sunday.